Hello everyone, it's Sal Stretford Post. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. Hope everyone's doing fine. This lovely. It feels like, you know what it feels like today? It feels like a Saturday. I don't know why, but it does. But it is Wednesday afternoon, guys. Thank you everyone who's joined me today, guys. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. And please don't forget to smash a like on the video if you guys can do that for me. That'd be absolutely fantastic. Thank you everyone to join me today. Let me just write this tweet real quickly. Just need to write this out real quick. Let me just promote it up. Yeah, and just promote this. Thank you, everyone who's joined me today. By the way, really, really appreciate it. Let me just get this up. This is playing up a little bit. This tweet. Let me just get this out, up and running, of course. Don't understand why it's doing that. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you, everyone, guys. And no, let's get straight into it. Let's get straight into the news in regards to Manchester United. Of course, there is news spreading around that Manchester United might be for sale again. Guys, what do you make of this news? Look, I don't know how to take this. I don't know whether to take this with a little bit of pinch of salt, a bit of salt by. I don't know what to say, but you know what? It does look like Jim Ratcliffe has bitten off more than he can chew. It looks like the job is harder than he first envisioned. And we could have told him that before he wasted all of our time, isn't it? At the end of the day, Jim Ratcliffe can't afford Manchester United. It is looking that way. I doubt that he expected things to be quite as complicated as they are right now. I doubt that he expected this. But you know what? He's the one, you know what, who said he wants to improve Man United. He wanted this vanity project. He got in the way of a full sale. And you know what? I feel no sympathy for him. At the end of the day, you bought the club on the percentage buyer. And you know what? This is what you get. This is what you get at the end of the day. Look, you know what? Man United are in deep problems. Man United have issues up until their head and beyond. Man United needed a full sale. When the Man United became available, the Glazers were going to sell the football club. They were going to sell the football club, but INEOS got in the way of that. The Glazers knew they couldn't afford the football club anymore. And this is obvious what's going on right now with Jim Ratcliffe, supposedly the richest man in Britain, of course. And, you know, I would say this, you know what, you know, look, once they took charge of the 27% of the football club, I want it to succeed. At the end of the day, I want us to succeed, because if they succeed, we succeed at the end of the day. But it's coming quite obvious to us with the cutbacks, the continual cutbacks, the negativity that's happening at Manchester United, that they cannot afford the football club anymore. It's over for them. They cannot afford it. Jim Ratcliffe can't afford it, and they have to be honest, and they have to look at us dead in the eye and say, look, you know what, we thought it wasn't as bad. We thought do you know what? It weren't as bad as we first envisioned. Because at the end of the day, when you're looking at the stories that are coming out of the football club, let me just get this up. When you look at the stories that are coming out of this football club, you can't help but be a little bit concerned. You can't help but be a little bit like, oh, you know what's going on here? Because everything we are hearing at the moment, guys, is a negative story. Let me just write this down. Just writing this tweet, guys. It's been a mad busy day today, guys. Sorry about that. Been a mad busy day. You know what? And this is what I would say. Do you know what I mean? That, guys, you know, I just really hope that they fix this quickly, because who's going to buy the football club now? Who's out there who's going to buy the football club? We don't have anyone now who's going to come and buy the football club. If they are, you know what, they're gonna obviously offer a lot less than first envisioned, isn't it? So at the end of the day, look, you know, what I would say is this: we hope that Qatar can come back in. That would be great if Qatar comes back in for the football club. Will that happen? I don't know if that will happen, guys. If Qatar come back in, I don't know. It is looking like a bleak possibility. But, you know, we could have told him that, and we could have saved a lot of money. We could have saved a lot of stress. We could have saved a lot in regards to listening to the fans. Just listen to the fans sometimes, because at the end of the day, if you were a Manchester United fan, you would have stepped aside. You would have stepped aside and let, you know, Qatar or whoever was going to buy the club fully, purchase the club uninterrupted. But unfortunately, they had their vanity project. And unfortunately, I can't defend that. to be honest with you. Big up Kilo, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're good. Hope you're good. Absolutely good. Absolutely. Big up Grayo, what's going on, man? What's going on, brother? Yes, I heard about the rumors that the club were being put up for sale again. Let's be honest, it's a complete and utter shambles. 23 likes away. Thank you so much, Grayo. It is a shambles. And Grayo, we could have told them that a long time ago, that, you know what, mate, you cannot afford the football club. You can't afford the football club. You know you can't afford the football club. So why did you still buy the football club? I know why they bought the football club by a minority stake. I know why. It's because they didn't want to lose to Qatar. That was all it was. It was a vanity project. They did not want to lose to Qatar. They did not want to throw in the towel and admit defeat. So despite, you know what, not being able to afford the club, you know, they purchased the club on a minority and made a deal with the Glazers that was too good for the Glazers to turn down. And as I said, Manchester United are a bit like living next door to a really noisy neighbor. The noisy neighbors are making so much noise, you can't sleep at night, etc. And then suddenly, the noisy neighbors put a for sale sign at the front of the house. And what's happened is the Glazers have pulled up outside that noisy neighbor's house, which represents the Glazers, and given the noisy neighbors money to continue living there. That is basically what it is. And, you know, facilitating and sleeping with the Glazers, which was wrong. And they are all in one. Once you sign the papers with the enemy, you are the enemy at the end of the day. And you know, I once it happened, once the whole thing went through, I'm like, you know what, let's just see what happens. Let's hope that it works. Let's hope that, you know what, they do well. You never know in football. It could, you know, they might do well. They might, you know what, invest some money in the club here and there. But what I'm hearing at the moment, you know, cutting back on another further 100 jobs for the poor people, again, be suffering. The poor people will suffer again. Of course, I spoke earlier about a lady who's been at the club since 1995, 30 years, very respected woman who's been let go, you know, and you know, this isn't Manchester United for me. This isn't Manchester United. This isn't what we represent as a club who was built by the working man and woman. And to be honest with you, they go so far. The Glazers and INEOS are going so far of who we are. It's unreal that I cannot recognize this club anymore. I really can't. I can't recognize who we become because we are all about the people. But now, look, we got these guys who, you know what, Man United built their way up throughout the decades. You know, we've been through travesty. We've been through success. Everything has happened to this football club that you can possibly imagine it happening, right? And we built our way up. We earned the money. We earned the success, right? We didn't have a sugar daddy to come in and invest money into our football club. We never needed that. Unfortunately, when the Glazers came into the football club, got a loan and pull it against the club and paid the loan off with money, with profits from the football club, whilst taking dividends, then we had to change the story because the likes of Manchester City and Chelsea were getting sugar daddy owners. And we had no choice but to get a kind of sugar daddy owner. At the end of the day, that is, you know, that is just the nature of the beast at the end of the day. We didn't make these rules. We didn't make football like this. It was, you know, who made football like this. It was the likes of Chelsea, the likes of Man City. They're the ones who made football like this, not us. And we had to change it. But the biggest overriding anger that I get from this whole situation is that the way Man United built their way up, they built their way up to being the best team in the world, organically, with money earned, not money given, you know, and for these greedy opportunists to come into this football club, you know, that is what disappoints me and angers me the most, is that we got these opportunists, these corporate caviar eating, greedy liars who've come into this football club and taken advantage of me and you, because that is who we are. As Manchester United, it's me and you know, because we're the ones who keep this club afloat. It's not the corporate guys. It's actually us who keep this club afloat. It's actually our money. It's actually our profit. If it wasn't for the fans at Manchester United, there would be no Manchester United, guys. Let me get that straight. There would be no Manchester United. Absolutely not. There will be kaput in regards to Man United because the fans are what make the club, not these corporate dinosaurs. They don't make this club. It's us who make the football club. They don't quite understand the stipulations, especially Jim Ratcliffe, who knew about the Glazers. Well, if he was a Man United fan, he would have known about the Glazers. He would have known who they are, how we've been protesting for the last 20 years. He would have got out of the way of the deal for United. He would have just let Qatar buy the club fully, of course. Now he's jumped into the football club and he's starting to realize that this is too difficult. This is not what I expected. It's far worse than he expected. And do you know what, Jim? We have no sympathy for you, my friend. We have no sympathy because at the end of the day, you put your apples in the basket of that. You know what? You're going to purchase the club fully eventually, and etc., etc. You're born and bred, which you're not. We know you're not a Manchester United fan, right? At the end of the day, let's get that clear. And you know what you did? You thought you're going to purchase the club, but you know what? You're not going to purchase the club. That's another lie. Also, you've come into the club and you've made redundant people on 16 grand a year to 20 grand a year with mortgages, with kids and stuff like that. And for me, that is disgraceful. That's heartbreaking for the football club that I love, because there's people there I know who work at the football club, and it's disgusting. And I know too who have been made redundant. And to be honest with you, it's disgraceful. Let's get on with this comments. Big up, of course. Big up, absolutely. 35 and 25 likes, so please, everyone, smash the like button, subscribe button, and massive congratulations once again to Sal, which is 7,000 subscribers. The channel is growing so fast now. Thank you so much, Grayo. You know what? It is all down to people like you, Grayo, that support my channel, that have been supporting my channel. You know what I mean? Not just been saying supporting it, you've financially supported this channel as well. And I want to say thank you because you know what? I appreciate every single bit, because I'm not one to ask for anything, but you know what? It is, you know what? I work, you know what I mean? And I do this channel as well on top of what I already do, which is look after a youth football team over here. Of course, guys, I do events over here as well. So I'm literally busy. This is why Chatterbox hasn't been around for a day. Well, I was supposed to get Chatterbox back on Friday, but I thought, you know what, I got to come on and talk to you guys, because I'm hearing a lot of negativity around the football club. And you know what, I want to see more positivity with our football club. I want to see more something to come on this channel and think, yeah, you know what, we got something to look forward to. But I'm sorry, you know what I mean? We come on here and we're like, you know what, INEOS again, you know, Glazers again. And it shouldn't be like that. You know, I really wish I had this channel if social media existed in the 90s. You know, it would be such a laugh. We would have such a laugh, guys. If we were the same age in the 90s and we were on this channel and we were winning things and we just won the treble, can you imagine the laughs we have? Can you imagine the celebrations we have? I mean, one day I hope that we will regain that. One day I hope that this will come back. But at the moment, the way things are looking, there's no light at the end of the tunnel with the ownership that we got. Of course, everything resonates from the top, and it definitely is resonating on the pitch. Now, I spoke earlier on about certain players not happy with the tactics and want tweaks in the tactics. Now, look, this is what I would say. Again, these players who are saying these things are just as bad as the Glazers. Let me tell you that right now. These players who are not abiding by Ruben Amram's tactics and refuse to implement or be patient with the tactics, they are just as bad, because they are a representation, as well as like the likes of Jadon Sancho and Marcus Rashford. They are a representation of everything that is wrong with this football club at the moment. At the moment, we don't care if they can play the tactics or not. They played under Eric Ten Hag with a simple 4-3-3, and they couldn't do it. So why are we going to change the formation again? Why are we going to do that again? Just to appease them? Do you know, to appease players that have not been performing. You know what? I'm not seeing a talent thing here. I'm seeing a lack of effort thing here. It doesn't matter what tactics you play. It doesn't really matter. If you don't give 100% on the pitch, you know what? You lose. It doesn't matter 4-4-2, 4-3-3, 4-5-1, 4-3-3. You know what I mean? 4-2-2-1. Whatever you want. At the end of the day, you know, you're gonna lose if you don't give 100%. And I've seen evidence, clear evidence, that many of these players are not giving their all for this football club, guys, for this football club. And when I look back at Man United, and some people talk about, you know, effort. Number one, effort. And I'm going to show you something, guys. And I'm going to show you something, the difference between effort and talent. Effort and talent, guys. I'm going to show you something right now, okay? Just bear with me. I'm going to show you something right now in regards to effort and talent. And effort and talent, when they merge together and become one. Let me show you something, guys. Bear with me a second. Let me show you this. You're going to like this. So basically, this is Jadon Sancho in the background. If you look at Jadon Sancho in the background here, look, let me start. This is Jadon Sancho in the background. Look at the head of right? Look at those big presses. Let's watch this again. Press, that's from Sancho at the top. At the top. Look at that. Look at that, right? Look at that. right? So look, if you look at that right now, let me show you something else. Let me show you something else in regards to effort plus talent and how the small details always matter at Manchester United, no matter what. The small details are the most important thing when you're talking at. This is effort and talent, guys. Yeah, this is Wayne Rooney. Look at this. Look at the work rate. Look at the work rate and look at the pass. Look at the pass. That is effort and talent. Let's watch it again, guys. Look, all the way back. He's a attacker. All the way back. All the way back. Yeah. Then gets the ball and then manages to look up and play an incredible ball to Ronaldo, which almost led to a goal. And if this goal, I mean, it was saved obviously by Petr Cech from Carlos Tevez. But if that goal went in, I'm telling you, that is one of the greatest goals in Champions League history. That is one of the greatest goals in Champions League history. So when you look at that, and you look at players moaning right now about, tactics and I can't play on this formation and stuff like that, I don't want to hear it, to be honest. I really don't want to hear these players moaning. I don't, because they haven't achieved anything to be moaning. Kilo, INEOS should call it a day as they're getting out of it. I mean, I think they're struggling. I really do think they're struggling, Kilo. I think they will eventually walk away. I've got this feeling because I think that this is becoming too much. But then they got to look at, who's going to buy it? Who's going to buy it? You know what? I hope someone comes in and tries to buy the full club. That would be fantastic, wouldn't it? You know what I mean? Hopefully, no greedy corporate is. Like, it'd be great if the football club was owned by the fans again. I would love that if the football club was owned by the fans again. Unfortunately, it's not. And maybe one day. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Absolutely. Pro Demands, what's going on, my friend? I'll be doing well. And the Premier League allowed it before they knew what was going on. It was too late. Newcastle have never happened. Have never happened. At the end of the day, you know what? These things should never happen. Ownership should be purchased. English clubs should be purchased by legitimate owners who actually love the football club. Unfortunately, we live in a democracy where you are allowed to put the five football club. But when you look at the likes of Saudi Arabia and Qatar and Abu Dhabi, at least they are improving English football, right? In a way that they are putting money into English football. The Glazers are taking money out of English football. The Glazers are taking the money out. And you think about Europe as well, they're taking money out. They're relying on government funding, etc. You know what I mean? So, you know what? All in all, we should have the 51%, a bit like Germany do, the 51% ownership body, whereas 51% of the ownership is belongs to the fans. And I do believe that Man United should be doing that, but it's going to be very difficult considering how much Man United are worth, how much we're going to cost. That is incredibly difficult. Fans should shout, "We want INEOS out," along with the Glazers. They are starting to do that. They're starting to do that. If you watch the Fulham game, there was just like the Glazers. Jimmy say C words. See you next Tuesday, basically. Just like the Glazers, Jimmy say see you next Tuesday. You know. And basically, that is what happened. And the fans are starting to speak up in regards to going against them. People have had enough. We're hearing bad news after bad news. I think that, when these people who've been at the football club for 30 odd years get removed, you know what happens, don't you? You know what these murmurs and this negative feeling is gonna spread around the football club. That's what happens. So let's get into a little bit of other news, guys. Giovanni Quenda, of course, I mentioned Giovanni Quenda that the deal was almost done a couple of weeks ago. Of course, the deal was almost done for Giovanni Quenda. Manchester United looked like signing a defender, right winger in regards to Giovanni Quenda, and of course a striker coming to Manchester United as well. But not only that, a few weeks ago I mentioned a player on this channel, guys, um, in regards to the defensive side of things for Manchester United. His name is Castello Luqueba. Castello Luqueba is RB Leipzig player, defender, who I mentioned on this channel a long time ago. Now other entities are starting to mention Luqueba, of course. They would do, wouldn't they? And other entities are starting to mention Luqueba. Luqueba is a capable player, 22 years old, got a cap for France under 23s, Leipzig player playing in the Bundesliga, of course. The problem is with Luqueba, his price tag is 50 million euros. Now, Luqueba, I mentioned a lot. You guys who've been watching this channel, I mentioned him a while ago. You guys have bounced me, and now it's being mentioned on other channels as well. Man United are in for Steo Lacaba. Man United are in for a centre back, and Man United will get Giovanni Quenda. I firmly believe Man United have got Giovanni Quenda already wrapped up. I believe that. In regards to the striker options, Man United obviously Gutierrez is. Now, the key component with this player, Castello, is that he's a left footer centre back. Man United do need a left footed centre back, right? Man United have Diego Leon and they have Borgu on the left side, but they do need a left sided centre back, guys. And this guy is the old French, playing for RB Leipzig, of course. And you know what? A decent player. But obviously, one cap for France, and it's this price tag that is going to be a little bit of a stumbling block when we're looking at it at the moment. Contract runs out in 2029, so that is going to be a difficult one. So look out for it. Obviously, I mentioned this, and other big entities are starting to mention the same as me now, guys. At the end of the day, it happens pretty often, guys. It's like Borgu, but Castello is a player that Man United are in for, and that should be happening in the summer. Man United will sign players in the summer. That is pretty obvious because we'll have more leeway in regards to finances in the summer. But at the moment, we're not going to do anything. We can't. Windows closed anyway, so we can't make it. It's a free transfer, and someone valuable, of course, comes in, of course. Malcolm, what's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Really good to see Malcolm in the house. Thank you so much, my friend, for joining me today. Game over, says Malcolm. Absolutely. In regards to who? In regards to Glaze. Yeah, it does look that way, unfortunately. It does look like their way, my friend. Let me get this up again. Let's read some of your comments out. Kilo, I just hope Qatar sees the offers as 10 billion for the club. Qatar are not going to offer 10 billion, Kilo. Unfortunately, we had a 6 billion offer rejected from Qatar, and Qatar didn't come back in with an offer. And not only did they not come back in with an offer, Manchester United embarrassed Qatar. Well, not Manchester United, well, the Glazers and INEOS embarrassed Qatar with a spread of lies that they made. They're sitting in throne of lies. That's what they did. And basically embarrassed Qatar. And we'll be extremely lucky if Qatar come back in for this football club. We're going to have to hope, fingers crossed, that it happens. But we have embarrassed them and spread lies about them, of course. You know, LT, what's going on? Maybe you mentioned in the morning. What do you think about the crap that the players are doubting Amran's tactics? Yeah, I mentioned it in the morning, LT. You know my stance on this, LT. I mentioned it today as well. You know what I'm going to say about this. I couldn't care less about what the players want. I couldn't care less if they like the tactics or not. If you don't like the tactics, the door is over there. Use it. That's what I would say to those players. Because at the end of the day, if you don't like Ruben Amran's tactics, they didn't like Erik ten Hag's tactics, which was a simple 4-3-3 at the end of the day. So why are they moaning about these tactics now? Maybe they need to take accountability and stop blaming people, blaming managers, for their underachievements. Maybe they need to stop doing that. So where are these rumors circulating from? That's what I want to know. Where are they coming from? Rashford's not at the football club anymore. So what is this coming from? Is this coming from our players on the pitch? Is it Bruno? Who is it? You know what I mean? I want to know, because I would love to know what is going on at that football club because I don't want to hear. I can't play the tactics anymore. That is enough. Personally, I don't care about what they want. So, are you happy with Ruben Amran's tactics? Yeah, I'm happy with Ruben Amran's tactics. Ruben. I'm happy. I'm happy. I'm unhappy with the players. That's what it is. At the end of the day, only people with a low IQ blame the tactics. People with a low IQ blame the tactics. People don't want to understand what the tactics are that have worked effectively for Ruben Amram in the Champions League. Right? People will start looking at, blaming people, blaming the managers. What was the formation under Erik ten Hag? 4-3-3. They couldn't play that formation, could they? That was a nice, easy one. He even went 4-4-2 once, didn't he? Even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer went 3 at the back, they couldn't play it, and then they couldn't play 5 at the back, they couldn't play 4 at the back. They can't play any formation. Some of these players just don't have the IQ. I'm tired of it. If they can't play the formation, the door is there, and they need to use it. Absolutely. Right. No worries, my friend. This is the best channel and United, and the way you have my support is doubled over the last few months. It's been amazing. So please, brother, thank you so much, Greo. Thank you very much, guys. Greo, absolute legend for your support. You know what? Cannot put put into words how much support means for this channel and for myself. Absolutely, the community has grown tenfold. We've got 7,000 subscribers, guys, and we're just going to keep moving up. We're going to keep moving up. We're going to keep moving forward. That's what it's all about. And hopefully, we get to where we want to go. Of course, ultimately, we want to just go as far as we can possibly go as a community. And you know what? The originals in this chat will be absolutely loyal. Absolutely. Don't do it every day, every time. What are you on about, Newman? Prime Rooney, I could watch it all day. Absolutely, brother, man. When you epitomise what work ethic is along with talent, it's just there, isn't it? Plain in day. When do you ever see that at Man United these days? When do you ever see a player tracking back like that, making a tackle, not only making a tackle, looking up and playing an inch perfect ball to the wing? Unbelievable, isn't it? Unbelievable. Wazza was a proper baller, absolutely. Oh, many players at Man United were proper ballers. Many players at Man United were ballers. Many players back in the day could do that. You know, it's just this generation here, whatever generation they are, you know, they just don't know what work is. They don't know what work ethic is. They really don't. Absolutely not. But Sal, does Garnacho track back? Yes, it does. Not like Rooney, though. Not like Rooney. By the way, big up Garnacho for his stats and assists and goals this season. Better than most players, isn't it? I told you guys. Don't write this player off. Been our best player over the last few weeks, hasn't he? Absolutely. No one's like Rooney, though. The audio is on and off now. Guys, is my audio okay? Grayo, audio is up and down. Let me see. 1 second. Let me see. Is my audio okay, guys? Let me go. 1 second, guys. 1 second. Let me sort this out real quickly. No. Dub, 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 dub. Yeah. Can you hear me, guys? Let me know if you hear me. Let me know if you can hear me. This is not the first time we hear about the players not happy with the manager tactics every time they start getting criticism from us, the fans, and when there is pressure around the performance. Absolutely, LT. Spot on, mate. Spot on. Absolutely spot on. I agree. They're put under pressure, so the blame game is going to start happening now. Absolutely, the blame game is going to start happening now. Is my audio okay now, guys? Let me know. Is it okay? Is it okay, guys? Let me have a look. Oh, great. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Brilliant. Absolutely. Thank you, guys, for letting me know. This community is the best, man. You let me know. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. I know I need to get another mic. I think I need to buy another mic. This mic is starting to crumble a little bit. It's done me good. It's done me good. It has done me good, guys. Big up, Stephanie. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you. Absolutely. Hope you're okay. Big up everyone, and big up everyone who's joined me today. Darren, what's going on, my friend? Absolutely. You're talking like you're absolutely. Big up, Darren. Big up. Of course. Big up. Scholes advocating Amaran's downfall unless he changed the formation back for free. We don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. And this kind of thing, I don't agree with. Absolutely not. I don't agree with all this business about changing formations and stuff like that. No. There's no compromise in success, guys. There's no compromise in success. Success, you stick by it. You stick by your guns. You know, especially something that's worked all his life. You know what I mean? Big up, Sal, Legend Sal. Big up, Darko, my friend. Big up. Thank you so much, Grayo. Thank you. Perfect now. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. Thank you, guys. Let me know early on, though, if the audio comes up a little bit cranky. It does happen today. That's live television at the end of the day. It does happen sometimes. Just let me know and I'll sort it out. No problem. I sort it out. Absolutely. Big up, Darko. But then again, the football page who came out with the claim about some players not being happy is not trustworthy. Not trustworthy. As usual, anything that can be the fans heated goes against them. The fans are not happy. The players are not happy. I've heard murmurs about this. As I've always said, there's no smoke without fire. There's no smoke without fire. And these players have been leaking stuff for a very, very long time. A very long time. Who is it? I wonder. Is it the captain? Trust me, I've heard things. Big up, Darko, brother. Hope you're well. Big up, big up. Great, absolutely. Thank you, everyone, guys. Thank you, everyone, for letting me know about the audio and stuff like that. Look. At the end of the day, there's when Unstein and Fabrizio all together mention things, I tend to believe it because it's 95% true. At the end of the day, it's 95% true. To 232, like, please smash a like. Thank you so much, Go. You're absolute legend. Absolute legend. I'm starting to think Bruno. Irfan, one thing I would say, right? I'm not going to pinpoint anyone. And one thing I would say is that these players are king manipulators. They're king manipulators. They can lie to your face, pretend to your face, and then when they go behind your back, they do that. Now, guys, you don't know me, guys. I worked with Bruno's brother for 3 years. I know the family, guys. I know the family. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. So let me tell you something about this. I wouldn't turn on Bruno unless I felt that it's necessary to turn on Bruno at the end of the day, because I know the family, I know where they come from and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Right? So I wouldn't turn him unless I know. But no one in that squad, right, is exempt from being blamed for what's going on. At the end of the day, when someone is sailing a ship, the captain is the one who gets the blame for the ship sinking, if they're not aware, isn't it? At the end of the day, what I would say is that I'm not saying he's elite, but some things here and there, he is very outspoken. It could be anyone, of course, but he is very outspoken. It could be anyone, but we'll have to wait and see. One thing I would say is that I know it's not a lie. I know that this thing is a lie. You know, Man United have been doing this for years. The blame game. When the pressure gets going, the blame starts happening. Of course. Big up Irfan. Big up my friend. Big up. Yeah. When the pressure comes, when the fans start, you know what, being a bit disgruntled, you know what happens. Don't you? You know what happens at the end of the day. They start blaming people, panicking and blaming people. Oh, it's him, it's this, it's the tactics, it's the manager. We don't like going home in the dark. Remember that? You know what I mean? We don't like going home in the dark. You know what the tactics of schoolboy, the training is like school children training, blah, 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 blah. We've heard it all before. And you know what I would say? Because I've heard it all before. I've heard people say to me that Sancho is innocent. A year ago, people were telling me Sancho is innocent. It is the manager. Remember that? Remember that? When people were telling me it's the manager, Sancho is innocent. Now look, now who has egg on their face? Who has egg on their? When I told them Sancho is an issue, and it wasn't the only issue. There's plenty of issues at Manchester United. There's lots of issues at Manchester United. Not just one player. There's a few. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. Look, I'm going to have to sort this out, to be honest with you. Guys, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Yeah, can you hear me now? I have to sort this out. Let me know if you can hear me, guys. I'll have to sort this out. Audio playing up again. I'll have to sort this out. The performance against Spurs will give us a rough idea of the validity of article. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Big game on Sunday, guys. Big game on Sunday. Now, just Rashford gone. Could it be that it can still be a little story? So exonerated him. Just asking. I've heard that there is things going on. There is a lot of things going on at this football club in regards to little murmurs. You got a number of little Sanchos running around in that football club. Trust me. Some of them act like, you know what I mean, they're innocent. Absolutely. Some of them act like they're completely innocent. Guys, can you hear me now? Yes. Big up, Darren. Thank you. Yeah, all good now. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, I'll sort that out. Don't worry about that, guys. I'll sort out the mic very soon. Of course, guys. Thank you very much for keeping me posted. Absolutely. I don't know why it's playing up today. Sometimes it just has a bad day. At the end of the day, you know, this microphone, but it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. But one thing I would say is just that, you know, we have to stay strong as a fan base. As a fan base, we have to stay strong. We have to stay ready. Thank you, Grayo. Thank you, guys. It happens sometimes. Yeah, it happens sometimes. I might look for another microphone. This microphone has been, you know, playing up a little bit. Yeah, yeah. So you know what? As a fan base, we need to stick together, and we shouldn't be turning on each other because you know what? There are people in that football club. You know what I mean? What we need to remember is this, right? Put this in perspective, right? Put this in perspective. Okay. Uh, it's not a new microphone. It's the same one. It's the same one. It's the same one. Put this in perspective. Put this in perspective. People are losing their jobs, right? People are losing their jobs at Manchester United, and we got players moaning about tactics. We got players moaning about tactics. We got players who wear the great shirt of Man United and are not giving 100%. That's the difference. That's the difference. You know what I mean? It's disgusting, to be honest with you guys. It is, and I can't fathom how they have the cheek to be talking about, you know, tactics right now. I mean, at the end of the day, they've had other tactics. They've been through other tactics, of course. We can't judge Amorim until his team was on the pitch, out on the pitch. Absolutely, Darren, spot on. At the end of the day, I wouldn't judge him anyway. I wouldn't judge him anyway because you know what? At the end of the day, you know we've been through down this road before. We've been down this road before. We've been through this before, haven't we? LT, also considering that they were punished with training after the Leicester game due to a terrible performance, as ugly as it may be, but I don't care what Amaran boots out because his reason is valid. And you know what? There's evidence. There's a long history of evidence that, you know what, they underperform, you know, and they've shown these players. The difference is that these players have shown that they could do it against Liverpool, they could do it against Arsenal, they could do it against Manchester City. But when it comes to the games they're expected to win, they sort of down tool, don't they? They sort of down tool and they don't perform properly, and that is the overriding concerning thing in regards to this team. You know, if they were professional, they would treat every single game, you know what I mean, the same, regardless if it's Liverpool, whether it's Arsenal, whether it's Man City. Interactive is a modern version of Ebenezer Scrooge. Absolutely, he's worse than Ebenezer Scrooge. At least Ebenezer Scrooge didn't come out pretending he's mank born and bred and a Man United supporter. He is what at least Ebenezer Scrooge was what he was. Everyone knew what he was. Everyone knew he was a miserable sod, isn't it? At the end of the day. So you know what? One thing I would say is that Interactive is far worse. He's a liar and a deceiver. He's a great deceiver. He is. You know what I mean? And I mean, to be honest with you, I can't stand this guy. Honestly, God, honestly, I know. You know what? As soon as I saw him, and I mean, his shady look, the way he's shady, as his little smile. That when he smiles, it looks like his face is going to come apart. You know what I mean? It looks like Death Becomes Her. Who's seen that movie, Death Becomes Her? You know what I mean? It looks like his face is going to break off and fall apart. Of course. Day not 5 star. I thought you were doing a travel for a week, but only breaking doors. What happened? How's your day, family? Absolutely good to see you, mate. Changed my mind, Jim. I'm gonna be not on Chatterbox until Friday after today, but I needed to talk. I had a spare 45 minutes, so I thought I'd come on here. Absolutely, all good. Right, let me take. Can you hear me now? There we go, guys. You can hear me now, right? You can hear me now, right? Is that all right? Yeah, there you go. It's a sabotage for one of Jim's, Jim Ratcliffe. Yeah, probably. Completely silent, Sal. Can you hear me now, Jim? Can you hear me now? 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 Am I loud and clear for you? Am I loud and clear for you? Sorry, guys. It's a sabotage from Jim. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Thank you, Grayo. Thank you. Looks like I'm going to be buying a new mic tomorrow, guys. Looks like that way. I need a new laptop as well. Yeah, I need a lot of things. I'm working on a budget here. At the end of the day, loud and clear, Sal. Thank you, Lumen. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. You saved me. Big up. What's going on, Rich? What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you, mate. Really good to see you. Now, I want to know your opinions, guys, in regards to INEOS, in regards to the bad news, in regards to the constant array of negativity that have been going around Man United for this last few months. Do you know what I mean? Especially since INEOS have come in. As soon as INEOS got in the door, they've done a couple of little positive things, and then suddenly, boom. Do you know what I mean? They're negative. At the end of the day, sabotage from Jim. Jim Ratcliffe. Jim Ratcliffe. Update your pound Wi-Fi. Absolutely, Sal. No, it's not Poundland Wi-Fi, Darren. Absolutely not. No, it's definitely not Poundland. Definitely, probably cost as much as your mortgage. So, Sal, what about talk of protests? Protests are coming, guys. Protests are coming. Webby and O'Neill have been arranging protests, of course. Absolutely. Guys, can you hear me? Guys, can you hear me? 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 I can't go on like this, for goodness sake. It's madness, man. Afternoon. Guys, let me know if you can hear me, right? Can you hear me clearly? Can you hear me clearly? Big up, Lumen. Guys, keep me updated about the audio, please. If you could do that for me. Keep me updated with the audio. I know it's a bad one today, but we get there. My budget needs to comply with FFP. It does, exactly, Dylan. I spent too much. I spent too much on my hair. Absolutely. Big up, Dylan. Big up. Oh, thanks, LT. Thanks, man. Thanks. You guys are making me go, is it ready? And you guys are like, hello. Hi there. Hello. At this. For goodness sake, tell me if I can hear me. For God's sake. Madness. 782 MB, and big up everyone, of course, guys. Thank you everyone for joining me. Look, I'm going to get out of here because this stream is a bit of a myth, guys. It's been a bit of a myth. I wasn't going to come on today anyway, but you know what? I would say that the microphone needs a replacement. To be honest with you, I dropped it a couple of times. To be fair, I did drop it a couple of times, but it is what it is. At the end of the day, it is what it is. Sometimes it does that. So, do you think any chances? Do you think there were chances things will change? It depends if there's unity, Lumen. If there is unity within the fan base, within the big platforms around the country, there will be change. There is anything is possible in life. At the end of the day, you know what? What I would say is that we need to be much more ruthless as a fan base. We need to be a lot more. You know what I would say is that a lot more evil. Should I say evil? No, it's not evil. We need to be straight to the point, and we need to be a lot more vocal. We're not nowhere near good enough as a fan base uniting. You know what I mean? I would say. Thanks, absolute January at 1 p.m. Big up, Rich. As much as I love the protesters and I don't think the Glazers or INEOS care. I don't think it makes any difference. I think it does make a difference if you cancel games. It did make a difference last time. They were forced to write a statement. I think it does make a difference. It's better than sitting down and doing nothing. INEOS have not felt a protest yet. INEOS have not had a protest yet. You know what I mean? And if INEOS leave the football club, it's going to leave the Glazers in a bit of a problem. A big problem, to be honest with you. And to be honest with you, that is how it is. I usually get around 2 p.m. Big up, Grayo. Absolutely good about. So, look, you know what? You have to do something. We can't just sit down and be cowards. This is not what we're all about, because this is how we're coming across right now. Oh, you know what? Man United fans, they'll shut up eventually. They won't do nothing. We can't do that as a fan base as a whole. You know what I mean? Because we do come across as cowards. You know what I mean? That we're not doing anything. And we are more than that. We know we are. And if we get together with our platforms, it will be great. And I think Man United, when we do get together, we are powerful and we can achieve anything. But the problem is that Man United fans do not get together enough. We're divided. We're blaming everything but the main problem. That is what it is at the moment. Everything gets the blame about the main problem. Now, look, I mentioned this a few months ago as well, that INEOS do plant seeds in the media too. So I'm very aware of that. They plant seeds, and the Glazers, they plant seeds to the likes of various journalists to create a seed of blame, for something else. Avoiding the main blame at the football club, guys. Absolutely. Hope you can hear me clearly, guys. Let me know. Keep me updated. Absolutely. I worry when you don't comment because I'm like, oh, can you hear me? Absolutely. But guys, it's been a crazy show. It has been a bit up and down. Apologies for the audio disruptions and stuff like that. I'm going to try and fix that up. Don't worry about that. It won't be like that forever. I'm going to try and set that up properly. I need to get a proper audio system. I've got one in London. I've got a proper professional recording studio in London, been in the music industry so long. Unfortunately, I'm working on this microphone at the moment, but you know what? Hopefully I'll get a new one pretty soon, guys. But thank you for being patient. Really appreciate it. And absolutely, really appreciate everything you do, of course, guys. Absolutely. And fine, a stadium walkout is more how you do it. A general protest. It won't happen, Jim, because the fans are not united. The fans won't walk out. And I'll tell you why they won't walk out. Because when you go to Manchester United, there are fans from all around the world. And some of those fans have traveled across the world. I used to know someone used to go to America every other week, and China. And what happens is that, they go to Old Trafford, they won't leave the football ground because they're going to watch the football match. They're there to watch the football match. They traveled thousands of miles. It just won't happen. I know it's a godsend. I made the 58-minute walkout. Those who know me, I made the 58th minute walkout. You know what I mean? And only a few walked out. You know what I mean? If we're not all on the same page, this was years ago as well. If we're not all on the same page, it's almost impossible to do as much as we want it. Absolutely. But it's been different. Grayo, hopefully it's not been too bad, Grayo. Hopefully it's been okay. It's not been too bad. Hopefully you got the point and the message. That's the most important thing, guys. Apologies for the stream sabotage. It is Jim Ratcliffe at the end of the day. It's Jim Ratcliffe. He's messing up my audio, guys. Absolutely. But hopefully it'll be better tomorrow. Hopefully we'll get this sorted, this audio thing sorted, of course, guys. I have to get it sorted, because I can't keep going like this. It drives me mad. Plymouth. Absolutely, Plymouth. What about Man City and their easy draws, though? Man City, they keep getting these easy bloody draws, don't they? Absolutely. Always the easy draws for Man City. Madness, guys. Absolutely, guys. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're new. I know it sounds like an absolute mess today, but you know what? It is what it is sometimes. That is live TV, guys. It happens sometimes to the best of us. But what I would say is that I want to thank everyone for joining me. I've reached 7,000 subscribers. The road to 10,000, and ultimately we go from there as well, guys. We go from there. If you have a small crowd, protests don't work. If you have a huge number plus more than just protests, sends out a message loud and clear. Power in numbers. We've been doing that for 20 years, Jim. 20 years. 20 years we've been doing that. No one's going to walk out of the football ground. Trust me. As a guy who goes to a lot of games, I don't know if you've ever been to Old Trafford, Jim. It's hard. It's impossible. The tourists at our ground is ridiculous. People don't leave the football ground. And I've tried. Numbers, we've tried. We've cancelled a game, Jim. We've cancelled the Liverpool game. Man United cancelled a Liverpool game, and it worked. It worked. They had to talk up. We need to do that more. All right? We need to do that more. Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, people can't debate this with me because I've been there at Old Trafford. I've done protests myself. Do you know what I mean? And to be honest with you, what the biggest overriding problem in the Man United fan base is division. We're blaming certain people from different entities, from different fan channels, from different players, from this. Everything is getting blamed, but the real problem. And when we get on the same page, and that's absolutely, we've had power in numbers. We stopped games from being played. The Liverpool game, i.e., but people don't quite understand what Man United is. They don't quite understand when you go to Old Trafford. It's a different gravy. You see people from all around the world, traveled all around the world. And to be honest with you, we get together, we try it. At the end of the day, the Glazers in Miami, that's it at the end of the day. 11 wait for 50 likes. Stephanie, can we get to 50 likes? Guys, hit the like button, guys. Hit the like button for me. Can you guys do that for me? Can you smash the like button? Can we get to 50 likes, guys? Can we do that? Can we do that? Absolutely. Hope we can. You know what? Guys, I've been around. I've been to over 600 games for Man United. Do you know what I mean? And I've seen a lot, you know. So, you know, it's very hard for me to explain to people. Absolutely. So that's why when life at the moment protests don't work, it will work when the fan base is united. It will, but we can't. We have to try something, Jim. Webby and O'Neill have done it. What do you want us to do, Jim? What do you want us to do? You know what I mean? What do? We try it. That's all we can do. At the end of the day, we can either try it or not try it. That's it. You know what I mean? You can try and make a difference. INEOS have not had a protest yet. INEOS have not suffered a protest yet. Only the Glazers. But they're in Miami. But INEOS are in England. So they're going to suffer. They're going to suffer. This is different. They're not in Miami. They're going to suffer. So if we get together, the bunch of us that went together before, who stopped the Liverpool game, we can make it happen. But the walkouts, it won't happen. The walkouts at the stadium won't happen. Trust me, it won't happen. I've done it. I've seen it. I've tried it, and it don't work. Trust me. Absolutely, it don't matter. Absolutely, Jim. You know, you're talking to someone who's a veteran in this, mate. A veteran. Do you know what I mean? Football's my blood. At the end of the day, you know what I mean. And I've been, you know, from a young age, living behind Leighton Orient Football Stadium to going to Old Trafford and traveling the world with Man United, going to the treble, sleeping on the beach. I've you know what? At the end of that, I've seen it all. And to be honest with you, what I would say is that we can do protests, and protests do work sometimes. It depends how you do it. It does work sometimes. It worked with the Liverpool game. The Glazers had to speak up. They spoke up and they spoke to some fans. But now we have to do this whilst INEOS are at the football club because they're in England. They're not in Miami. They're in England. Exactly, Jim. Exactly what I'm saying. Something better than nothing. But something is something if you're powerful enough. You know what I mean? Something is something if you're powerful enough. Manchester United fans are powerful when they get together. And we stopped the Liverpool game. Let's not forget that. That is something in it. And that ended up arranging a meeting with the Liverpool, with Glazers and Manchester United fans. That ended up with a meeting, didn't it? You know, and it did work to some extent, but we can do even more. We can do even more. It's like what I'm saying about fans in America. These fans in America, for example, are big fans of Man United. Apparently, they're big fans of Man United, but none of them go to Miami. None of them want to go to Miami and protest outside Joel Glazer and the Glazers' house or a prick crib, whatever it is. None of them want to do that. They want to talk. They want to talk about Glazers. They want to talk about Jim, but they don't want to do go to Miami and protest outside. You know what I mean? It's all talk. Ian is a veteran too, brother, and that's right. What you said. Ian a veteran too. Who's Ian? You said it now. Well, protest is organised. That's a veteran. Ian is a veteran. Who's Ian? I don't know who Ian is. To be honest with you, I'm trying to think of Ian Beale. Ian Beale, is it Ian Beale? Is it EastEnders Ian Beale? I got nothing left. Well, Man United had nothing left on the left back a few weeks ago. Luckily, we've got Dorgu now, so we have got something left. Definitely, absolutely. But yeah, definitely. Don't know who Ian is, mate. So definitely, guys. Onwards and upwards. INEOS have not felt a protest yet. They have not felt a protest. They you know what? They do not. At the end of the day. You're a veteran. I know you're a veteran. So is what I mean. You're a veteran, Jim, but have you been to Old Trafford and tried to do a protest, or you tried to do a walkout like I did? This is what I'm saying. You have to show respect to respect. I've been 600 games. I know about this. It's nothing me greater than you or not. At the end of the day, there's people who follow the club and there's people actually in the club. Do you know what I mean? And sorry, Jim. Joe, what do you think about the staff getting sacked and the club being up for sale? Disgusting, mate. Disgusting about the staff getting sacked. Good about the club being put up for sale. But what I would say, Joe O'Connell, I'll take it with a bit of salt. I'll take it with a pinch of salt. We could have told Jim Ratcliffe about that a long time ago. Don't buy the club. If you can't afford the club, don't buy the club. This is what we were saying months ago, isn't it? At the end of the day. Paul, within 3 years' time, we'll get to know that if INEOS are better than the Glazers or not. They just Glazer put at the moment, they're not really filling us with any enthusiasm or any form of excitement at the moment, are they? They're just negative after negative. I mean, if I was going to agree with Paul Scholes about anything, if I was going to agree with Paul Scholes about anything, is that he said it spot on. He goes, everything that's coming out of INEOS right now is negative. And it's right. It's not mixed. It's negative. Absolutely. No, Ian told me, Ian, you told me too, so I misspelled. Goodness me. Ian, I thought you meant Ian Beale. Ian Beale from EastEnders. Those who know Ian Beale from EastEnders. Do you know what I mean? That is it at the end of the day. Ian Beale. Ian Beale. Absolutely. What a one. What a guy. Guys, please, guys, this stream, thank you so much. You know what? Guys, before you write on my YouTube channel comments, guys, I try my best to read them, but I don't really read them. Sorry, I haven't been around. So I'm very busy at the moment, which is why. So it's difficult to travel to Australia. UK did issue. I'm a strong fan as they come. I never said you wasn't, but it's just difficult for you to understand not being at Old Trafford, to know what Old Trafford is like, to say that we need to empty the ground. It's very difficult, Jim. You have to be there. I know it's hard. I know it's difficult. At the end of the day, I've traveled the world watching Man United. Traveled to Japan, for goodness sake, Jim. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, look, you know, what I would say is that it is not easy. And I would say protests do work. Protests are not a waste of time, as your original comment said. Basically, they don't work. They do if you're done properly. If the power and numbers happen, it worked. It worked with the Liverpool game. The Liverpool game got cancelled. The Man United fan got together. Now, we need, obviously, 1958, all the big channels, including United Stand, including Webby and O'Neill, and all these guys over there, and all the smaller channels to get together and to create a big movement. INEOS have not experienced this. Glazers have. INEOS have not experienced this at the moment. Big up, Tybog. What's going on, my friend? Busy at the moment, but try as much as I can. Big up yourself. Hope you're doing well. Really good to see you, Tybog. It's really good to see you, my friend. Absolutely. Absolutely. Thank you, Jim. Guys, but Jim, much love, brother. Look, listen, Jim, we'll talk about it next time. I don't answer my comments, so don't write a big, long-ass comment, please, brother, because I've got respect. I don't want to make it out that I'm blanking anyone, because I'm not. I just don't read my comments on YouTube. I see them and I go, oh, I can't write at the moment. I'm busy. But when I come on here, I'll answer everyone on here. Everyone. Absolutely. Big up, Jim. And Jim, I know you're a fan. You don't need to tell me. We've been talking with each other for about a year. I'm talking about experience here. Do you know what I mean? Experience at Old Trafford, around the world, and with the fan base and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Look, there was a section of the fan base, guys, who didn't like me, who hated my guts. Do you know what I mean? And you know what? They're big people in the fan base. They hated me. Do you know what I mean? Because I make fan channel content and stuff like that. I made the 1958 walkout, and you know what? They criticized it because it wasn't one of them. It's a bit like me against you. Me pitted against you. I'm better than you. I'm better than you. This is what these fans were doing. And this is what I mean about unity, right? In regards to taking people out of the stadium. But in regards to getting together for a protest, stopping games, stopping players getting into the ground, we can do it. But the problem with that is, again, they're taking away people's season tickets. They're putting people on criminal records. Their cameras are going on them. It's easy for anyone to say, you know, it's very difficult to do, because obviously people getting arrested and people getting, when we stop the Liverpool game, people run on the pitch, and months later their pictures were uploaded to police and stuff, and they were arrested, getting criminal records. Madness, isn't it? They're not, Paul. What they do is they feed into the narrative, Paul. What they do is that you know, Sky Sports are anti-Man United, so they work for Sky Sports. This is why they have this kind of opinions to cater for Sky, basically, and a bit sellouts, to be honest. I preferred Paul Scholes when he was quiet. I really did. I don't want to be comments, but I'm more how you asking about you. I'm not interested in debates as long as the chats. I respect you. No, it's not about you, Jim. It's just that I don't want anyone to think that I'm disrespectful when I don't respond. That's it. Because I obviously when I do this, I'm straight off doing something else. But I appreciate you, Jim. Thank you so much. Much love, brother. It is a frustrating time. It is not an easy time for everyone, of course. People are upset. People are frustrated. People are annoyed and disappointed. To be honest, loads of emotions all rolled into one, isn't it? But what we have to do, guys, is unite and try and stay and see what happens and play it by ear in regards to the protests, guys. We'll have to wait and see if the fan base can unite, of course, guys. That is what the most important thing is, of course, guys. But, guys, thank you, everyone, for joining me today. You're absolute diamonds. Thank you, Jim. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Tyborg, the legend as well. Of course, absolutely, guys. And thank you, everyone who supports the channel every single day. It's good to have Chatterbox back. I'll be back tomorrow for Breaking Dawn, of course. Keep your notifications on. Keep your notifications on. Guys, absolutely. Keep your notifications on. Much love to everyone. Much love to Jim, of course. Much love to Grayo. Everyone in the chat, of course, guys. Means a lot. And guys, take it easy. Have a great day. Night, morning, wherever you are. I know it's late for Jim, isn't it? It's all the way in the morning, isn't it? But thank you, Jim, for joining me. Thank you, everyone, guys. Take it easy. I am Sal Warner, and this is Chatterbox. Peace.